So that, I love that. So she's singing because she keeps that ooh vowel. And as she goes up, she has to open up a little bit. Jaw drops, soft palate lifts a little bit. Beautiful. She actually opened up even more. Maid. As she went up. Maid. Then she could open up and give more of a belt on that top note. Oh. So that new is on a C sharp 5. New. And she's leaning into it and giving it a lot of edge. So instead of new, a little bit more new, has more edge and same on C. C has a lot of edge. That's great. On fly, she's giving almost like a floy and floy. I don't love that. I wish that she had kept it a little bit in the same kind of neutral vowels that up there. And fly. Just a little bit more lift so it's not. And fly in the back. Oh, let me be a part of the narrative. She's again in the middle of her voice. That is really her sweet spot, I would. Okay, I love that contrast. Pose is a lot more chest voice, a lot more. And on no, she gets into a lighter falsetto. That's very cool. Okay, so that riff there. Fine. You actually need to embrace a transition there. Your life easier. So fine. Crash back in a gentle way into your chest voice there. How does she make that look so easy? To someone that's up on a D5. Oh, it's so good. Till someone. So if you're trying to hit that note, here's a little tip. You want to engage your core a little bit. You say, someone, some, and make it a little whiny. Hey, to someone, the core engaging. Ooh, that was really pretty. I liked that. Why I see her. She lifts up into like a floatier head voice. Balanced. It has a little bit more a vowel than I think I would normally prefer. The sun cut in. Just a tiny bit. I'd love for that to be a little bit more neutral. The sun cut in. So it's more like an vowel, k, instead of ka. But wow, that's really nice and balanced. I like ba. She will ba. She does it way better than me, but it has a little bit too much a vowel in it, in my opinion. So I would love that to stay more of an so it's burn. She will burn. That's about as good as it's gonna get at 7. Come at night. Ooh, that low note. Tigers come at night. That's a G3. It's also on an A vowel, apart. So if you're trying to sing that, what you can do, instead of tear your hope apart, there, I'm kind of swallowing the sound. I'm gonna think an tear your hope apart. With more of an vowel, that's gonna give me more control there. Encourage a lot of head voice. And sometimes when we're belting, we feel like, well, I don't want it to be there, but if I try to push it into like a belt, it's right? She's doing such a great job. She's releasing just a little bit in the roof of her mouth, so it's there. Chest voice. Think of me. It starts on an F sharp. Think of me fondly when we've said goodbye. I love singing. You can just hear the vowel. Do you hear that? Her vowel is shifting. She's doing what she can to get to those notes. Here's the thing, like right here. Think of me is not chest voice. Think of me fondly. Having that grounded chest voice, that's silent and resign. So silent and resign. So there's some air coming through there. So finding this placement, silent and resign. Finding that really relaxed lower larynx. Here I am. Oh boy, it has been a long time since I did it. But it's like, do you guys remember that? Is it just me? And it sounds like she's modifying the vowel slightly towards so it's not a. Here I am, is a little too wide, so we want to go towards e. Here I am, right there will give us the chest voice that we need without getting too That's a high belt right there. That is a strong yeah. So that's she keeps that an aw, and really we should make that a little bit more of an ah almost. That's not an ah, that's an Yeah, a little bit more of like a really bright more of like weight to be able to sing up on those top notes. Bring me down. There's a little bit too much air, so we're gonna think down. Bring me down. That's the feeling that we want to get. So if you guys are practicing this, try speaking the words first, down or to find that placement, and then you can add your vibrato, extend on there. Is really tricky. It's either like too light or too shouty. So for me, I like to fake it and go up. And do that right. And Philippa's doing a fantastic job of that right here. I saved every letter you wrote me. There's a little bit more connection. Vocal cords are coming together and resisting the air. Right here. And you are paranoid. And you are paranoid in every paragraph. Do you hear that little paranoid? A cry. Love that. It adds a lot of like desperation and emotion to her. So she goes from more of a relaxed mouth, and it gets a little wide. I don't think that's a bad thing though. I think it's really working for her here. Nitpicky, I would want that to stay from an to almost an stay in that place so the corners of our mouth aren't getting wide, and also we can engage our core so that that sound is really big and clear. Just a little bit. Right there. You forfeit. And you can even make it a little whiny. Hey, you forfeit all rights to my heart versus you forfeit. That does not feel good. And maybe even thinking of a smaller sound. Hey, a little whiny. That's gonna help me find you forfeit all rights. That felt like nothing to me. And on mine, she's giving ma. Her tongue is tightening up a little bit. So I would want to think mine. So we have that big open vowel. It's still got all that chest voice, but it is just a hair heavy. Just a tiny bit. And then she brings it back with this lighter falsetto head voice at the end. I hope that you burn. It's perfect. Oh, the performance. What you need, what you want, instead of what you need. She's keeping that focused. It's very mixy. Do you guys hear a little bit of I feel? We're not quite in our chest voice on the bottom, and there's a tiny bit of air coming through. So I would want her to bring that a little bit more into her chest voice. I feel. It's actually gonna make her high notes even stronger and to plead, cause I feel the kiss. So that one right there, cause I feel, had a little bit stronger chest voice on the bottom. Wow, okay, that's some fantastic mixing that she's doing up there. I would love for that vowel to say a little bit more of an Wow. Is kind of what I'm hearing, and because that vowel is widening, it got a little bit Okay, guys, it's a little early for me, so don't judge me based on that. It's 7:30 in the morning. That top note with a little bit more. I just have so much to say about this. And on you, I'll say one more thing about this section. She engages her core, so it's you, and it's a little whiny. That's how she stays connected in that mix. That D flat 5. Good. And she's actually narrowing that a little bit to an vowel. So instead of and God, like that again, it's staying good. My gosh, she's amazing. Someone instead of someone. I lose a little bit of control when I widen my vowel to this wide up. Something inside me. It has a little bit too much air and it's not as grounded into the vibrato. Something inside me. So that's actually just on an A4. So a lot of this is actually in the chest voice. Something inside me surrenders. I'm really looking for more connected, anchored into the chest voice.
You don't have a clue.
So this is a big descending line. You don't know what you do. Those notes on the bottom are definitely chest voice, and we're not quite getting back to that. And she's going, you don't know what you do. We're losing some of that anchor, and it's a little airy, a little bit thin. So what I'm looking for is more anchor. You don't know what you do. So that's a little bit more authentic to her speaking voice.
I never go.
There was a stronger chest voice. I never go. But because it's not as smooth on the way down, so that can still be in the same style which she started the song. Since the first day that I met you, and open and lots of vibrato, but still in her chest voice.